Hello everyone, this is the recording for week 1. Make sure that you have Office 2013 and the correct textbook. You need Office 2013 or later to do the assignments. If you already have 2016, you do not need to go back. I've posted the instructions in the week 1 welcome to week 1 announcement, but it also is in the week 1 folder of classroom. You make sure you have the correct textbook because you do need it for the first assignment. Most of the grading will be done on Monday and Tuesday and finished up on Wednesday following the due date. I will try to grade assignments as they come in, but I can't guarantee that I will be able to do that. Otherwise, they'll be graded on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Discussions cannot be graded until the week is done. Late assignments are accepted, but only for 2 weeks, and there will be a late penalty unless you contact me in advance. See the class policy for the dates. No discussion posts will be accepted after the week is complete, and no corrections can be made to the discussion or to the midterm. You can, however, make corrections to the assignments, and also that's for 2 weeks. I will post feedback when I grade your assignment that you can use to make the corrections or make improvements for discussions in the following weeks. Keeping up is very important in an online class because it becomes unmanageable when you get behind. So I recommend that you set aside time to work on the class each week. Don't leave everything to Sunday because that's when the internet goes down or your computer crashes or emergencies arise and you can't finish your work. Attendance and participation are very important. Just logging on does not count for either. You must post to an assignment, a discussion, or take a quiz to be participating in the class. You're responsible for knowing when when things are due, but I will try to post reminders in the announcements. Please read the assignments carefully and make sure you get all of the requirements. Check your grades often to see if you're missing anything and to see how you're doing. Contact me if you have any questions about your grades. So week 1, the reading assignment is in the textbook sections IT1 to IT36, OFF1 to OFF23, 39 to 67, and 75 to 81, and then CLD 1 through 15. These are the areas that you're going to use to answer the questions to the scavenger hunt. The discussion is on system and application software, and the assignment is the scavenger hunt. For the discussion, create a new thread for your initial response. It's due by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. The initial response must be 100 words and have at least one APA formatted reference. Do not forget that you need in-text citation to indicate what information came from the reference you are citing. The initial post must address the topic of the discussion for the week and have no spelling or grammar errors. 3 replies to other posts are due on Sunday, but your posts must cover 3 days. So say you post on Wednesday, try to reply on 2 other days so you get all those points. Remember, once the week is done, the discussions are closed and you can't post anymore. Well, you can, but I won't accept them. Okay, discussion topic for this week is what is the difference between system software and application software? How do you determine the operating system version that is installed on your computer? List 5 applications you have installed on your computer. Now, it doesn't mean that it has to be things that you installed. If it's on your computer already, that will work as an application. It doesn't necessarily mean that you installed it. Select 2 of those 5 and explain how to determine the version number and what you like about those 2. Now for the APA reference, sometimes this is a little confusing. So for instance, you might look up system software and application software online or in the book, and that would be what you would use for your reference. Check the APA tip sheet, which is in the library under Formatting and Citation, and this is what I'm going to use to grade your reference. If you go on to page 3, you'll see for books. Page 6 has to do with websites. Let's see. I've kind of given you an example here. So for instance, maybe this is my first paragraph of my discussion. I've used the book. In the discussion itself, you would use the author year. So in this example, I have 3 references, and the full references are at the bottom. Say this is the book. There are 2 ways to list the book, either the print version or the ebook. And then I have 2 websites. One has an author, the other does not. But in each one, you need to say, you don't have to have 3, but I'm just using an example. If you've got more than one, you've got to have in-text citation to show which information came from that reference. Even if you only have one, you need to show me what information came from that reference, because you wouldn't want all of your posts to be coming from one reference. Some of it needs to be your own words in response to the topic. So these are just examples of how they should look. Now during the first week or 2, I will post responses and let you know what you need to do to correct your reference. I do that just so that everyone can see what a correct reference looks like and what needs to be done to correct it. You could then edit your post and make the corrections. I will only do that for a couple of weeks. The week 1 assignment is the scavenger hunt. So if you go, okay, I don't think I can get there. Nope, wrong one, sorry. You'll see the scavenger hunt, and that's what you download to turn in. You're going to answer the questions using the reading for week 1. Save the worksheet to your desktop, fill it out, be sure to put your name on it, and I will grade it, mark the questions that are incorrect, and provide page numbers so that you can make corrections. So resubmitting assignment, I didn't really go over this in the getting started, so I wanted to make sure you knew how to do that. So say you've corrected the assignment after I've graded it and you want to turn it in. Only 2 weeks after the due date, check the class policy found in the syllabus area for the dates. To submit a new assignment, you're going to click on the assignment just as you did the first time, but you're going to click Start New. You can also get there through My Grades by going to My Grades. So let me see, I think I had that in preview. So if you go to My Grades and you click on the assignment name, it will take you to the assignment, and you'll see the submit new. Well, it doesn't show it on here. Let's go and see, make sure. It maybe have to be graded already, but I think you can still submit it in another assignment. Yeah. So I think it has to be graded before you can do it through My Grades, but this is the little button that you want to click to submit a new assignment, and it just gives you the same thing that you had originally, where you can browse to your computer to do a new one. And that's how you can do that. One thing that's important is to have the highlights available so you can review them. I've created highlights in the ebook that have to do with the midterm, the scavenger hunt, the different assignments, where do you go to find how to do things. So to view my highlights, you go to VitalSourceBookshelf.com online. So I'm on the bookshelf. Before you open any books, you click Manage, Sharing, Add Subscription, and you will type my email in here and save it. You'll find that in faculty info. Now, if you're using the app, before you open any books, you click on the little person icon, click put my email in there and subscribe. Once you subscribe to my email, you'll see that the highlights are available. So if we open the book, come on, open, you'll see that I have made highlights. For instance, important highlights have to do with the scavenger hunt, and then I've done highlights that have to do with the midterm. So those are how you subscribe to my highlights. And those are the two ways. If you need help with that, just let me know. So, things to remember from this week's reading for the midterm. So I wanted to point these out with the page number so that you can kind of study for the midterm as you go along, and not, just all of a sudden week 4 you have all these pages that you have to go through. So know the difference between a desktop and laptop computers. That's on IT 5. Difference between stylus, mouse, keyboard, IT 12 and Office 3. Difference between CDR, CDRW, BD-ROM, and USB, IT 17. An insertion point, Office 23. Difference between operating system, presentation software, word processing program, and spreadsheet program on IT 25. What is computer input devices, IT 12. A kilobyte equals approximately 1,000 memory locations. I couldn't find that in the book. The ribbon and the different tabs of the ribbon, you find that on OFF 19. What is the most popular type of monitor between LCD and CRT? That's all I have for week 1. Be sure and contact me if you have any questions.